Have your fun while you're young.
I know your car is gonna be an expense. Don't make it a massive expense, because then you're just gonna regret it. You're gonna have no money.
You're gonna have a car, but you're gonna be miserable.
This about to be the item of the day. Yo, we had a list of videos to do for today. If you saw the last video, you already knew that. If you didn't see the last video, you need to go get it, go watch it, and like and comment on that video.
I didn't even think, like, if you posting these different days, don't we like change our clothes?
No, because they know I record multiple a day. That's the point of having the day in the life of a YouTube video.
All right, gotcha.
Right. Today's video is about to be for not only the younger, I won't say the younger audience. It's for anybody who don't got like the financial literacy to understand how to like finance and get a car. The title of this video you already seen is how we got our cars at 17. I don't know how what your problem was, but I had to get one before senior year. Because if I didn't get one before senior year, I had to take the bus, and I wasn't taking that bus. And that, honestly, it was a great decision. We're still in it today. I had somebody I know who thought he was getting a car for like 17,000, and he only make like 20-something thousand a year. Let's start with the basics.
Wait. 20,000 a year? What kind of car was that?
Like a newer Accord. Let's start with the basics on when you get in a car, right? First things first, you need to have a stable income. If you're doing something illegal to where your income is not a stable income, I wouldn't get a car, especially when the IRS come to get you.
Now, if you get in a car like that, don't get a car payment.
Yeah, exactly. You should get your car.
Go to the car auction. Or,
straight off. You need to not have a payment.
Yeah, don't get a payment.
But if you're like doing it the normal way where you put a down payment and you have to finance the car, you need a stable form of income, which means you need to have a job. That's number one. Both of us, when we got our cars, we both had jobs.
I was working crazy though. I was working like 50 hours a week.
I think I was only doing like 35, 40. So keep in mind, if you're in school, know your limits, what you're doing, because not everybody can go work 40 hours, 60 hours a week to pay for a car while they're in school. Not everybody can do that.
But for me, it was kind of easy because like my school was only like 6 to 9:30.
You only had a class.
Yeah.
I had 3 classes on one day, 2 on the other.
That's why.
So I couldn't work as many hours in the first place.
About to die.
Huh?
The camera about to die.
You serious?
Yeah, look.
Oh my God. So if you notice a difference in quality and things of that nature, we just got profiled out of the area we were filming at. So make sure you go watch my last video, because that's honestly, okay. We were sitting there telling people how to make good financial decisions, and he gonna run up on us like that. And it was as the camera was dying, bro. Y'all gonna see, I'm gonna keep that in. I don't even remember what I was saying like before that happened. I think I was telling them something about stable income, how you need to have a stable income.
Yeah, if you get a car payment, please make sure that you get a stable income and don't let them rip you off.
Let's say you can afford the car, right? Okay, but you might not be able to afford the insurance.
Let me tell y'all about insurance. I had a Hyundai 2020. Car payment was like $229 every 2 weeks. That's not bad. But the insurance, $750 a month.
It depends on your area. Some of y'all might not have that issue because you live in an area where there's less accidents. Insurance is based on the volume of people in the area and the accidents along with your age. Some of you might not have that problem. If you are 17, they're gonna tax you. They're going to tax your insurance. You'll better be ready for the insurance. I would inquire about the insurance while I'm getting the car.
Yes, please shop around for insurance before you buy a car. Like, make sure you can afford that insurance. I shopped around for insurance. The cheapest one I found was Progressive, and it was $750 a month. I got added on to my dad's. His was $150, and once they added me on, it went up to $909 a month.
Let's get into the essentials. Don't get a car for somebody else. Like, don't try to flex on people.
Please don't do that.
Don't buy a BMW if you can't afford the BMW. Don't buy a car because it look good, but it has issues like accidents and things of that nature. You're gonna pay more on repairs than you did on the car.
Which is why it might be good to go to a dealership instead of buying a car like from an auction, because you're buying as is. Just
stay away from cars with accidents. Avoid cars with an extremely high mileage. You want to reduce the cost of repair as much as possible while getting a good quality car. And a quality car might not be that Mercedes G63 from 2014 that you're looking to get. It's not realistic.
Get yourself a Toyota, Honda, Hyundai,
reliable,
Chevy.
Especially for your first car, because your first car you might wreck it. I know
you still want to save. I wrecked my first car.
I know 3 people who wrecked their first car.
Yeah.
You better not get you no expensive Mercedes or anything of that nature, because the moment you crash it, you're gonna be sitting there like, dang, I should have got that Corolla. Paying your car off. I paid my car off 2 years early. They had me on a 3-year plan. I paid it off the year I got out of senior year.
How much was your car?
11,000. Your interest and your fees that will raise the price of the car. So your payment might be much higher than what you thought it was gonna be. So as far as paying your car off, the method I used, I believe it's called the snowball method. So what you do is you pay off the least amount of debt. If you have a credit card, any other credit lines, you pay those off first. Then the money you were using to pay that, you put onto the largest bill, which in this case should be your car. I had a minimum payment that I was putting on my car every month, but on top of that, I was saving a portion of my check. A lot of y'all might be looking to only pay for the car and then you wanna go get drippy with the rest of your check. That's not the best financial decision. You
priorities is a big thing when it comes to like growing up.
If you
priority,
because you're 17, assuming you might not even be 17. Let's just assume that they're 17. If you're 17, getting drippy might be a priority right now, but once you get a job, you can't even wear them clothes to work. If you're doing college, it might be a separate thing. In college, they don't even look at your clothes like that. The only time you need to be looking drippy is if you're going somewhere nice or you're doing like a photo shoot or anything like that, then you might want to get drippy. But when you growing up, I'm not gonna lie, getting drippy is not that much of a priority.
But that goes along with like caring what people think about you and stuff like that.
That's
like,
true, so
you could wear a pair of Walmart shoes and have like 10 bands in your bank account. Like,
that's true. That's true. Please understand, you don't need to be looking drippy. Your priority should be paying off this car, because I'll tell you, having debt is not fun. Debt you want to have minimized, and with your insurance and this car payment, is going to be kind of high. You're 17. And as for paying off the car quicker, I put a lot of money into my savings account.
Yes.
Your savings account, depending on where you go, can have a high interest between 3 to 5%.
And I got Capital One. I love my Capital One interest. Facts. I'm at my Capital One savings account. Have your fun while you're young, because once you get
you get to that age, you need to be on top of things financially. So I already knew what I wanted to do as far as paying my car off. I wanted to do it as quick as possible. Savings account, a portion of my check into the savings account, and a portion went to paying the car, and the rest I will use for spending.
Yeah.
So once that balance on the savings account toppled over the amount that I owed left on the car, wiped it, completely wiped it. And people might be like, well, now you have no money, rah. I did this around tax time, so I got money back the next week.
See, I didn't get it.
I was perfectly fine. I planned it out so well. And like I said, just don't spend all your money on trying to get drippy, or if you smoke or something. I personally don't, so I don't have to spend. I don't have expenses like that. Keep your expenses to a minimum, keep your saving high, and keep your income high as possible. I think at y'all age, y'all should be able to get like 14, 15 an hour. I know your car is gonna be an expense. Don't make it a massive expense, because then you're just gonna regret it. You're gonna have no money. You're gonna have no bread.
You're gonna have a car, but you're gonna be miserable. I recommend having a checking and savings account. Some people like to just use Cash App or whatever.
Yeah, please don't bank with no Cash App.
Don't bank with Cash App or Chime like that. Like,
that is stupid.
You
need your money FDIC insured. If you don't know what that is, it's an insurance company, not a company, it's a division of the government. They make sure that per signer / beneficiary on the account will receive $250,000. Make sure your money is insured. Obviously, you're not gonna have $250,000, so you only need yourself on the account. But don't go to Cash App. I don't think Cash App is FDIC insured. So if something happens to Cash App and your money disappears, they're not obliged to give you that money back. But if you're banking at an actual bank that's FDIC insured, you will be insured and you will get your money back. So that way you can pay your car off. When you come into the chopping block, certain companies will require you, or not certain companies, certain dealers will require you to have X amount of credit before you can qualify for that car, unless you're putting down a ridiculous amount on a down payment. Building credit, baseline is very easy.
You gotta have credit before you get a car. Like, you can't just walk into a dealership.
I had my mom sign.
Okay, if you got
so you can do that.
Yeah,
but as far as building your own credit, when you're underage trying to build credit, you might need a parent to sign for your card. The best way to build a solid credit score before you go to get that car, you want to use 10% of your card. You pay that 10% balance. The purpose of getting a credit card is so you can build a credit history. The more things you have on that credit history and the faster you're paying these things off, the better your score is. So there are multiple ways to do this. It's just that the credit card is the best way to do it, and for your age. So get you a credit card, $500 limit if you can. Don't be done with your money. The credit that you have, don't max it out. That's a stupid way to mess yourself up. 10 is a general number I use. Yeah. Because that's what I was doing. What the? Oh,
He said, what the?
Split your payments into 3. 3 payments per purchase. Best way to build credit. That's the way I can tell you. That's how I did it.
Get a mobile mechanic or something to come look at the car before you put anything down. Like,
facts.
Make sure everything
Facts.
basic you need is intact, so you don't have to keep getting maintenance. Like, obviously you're gonna need an oil change, brakes, and tires every once in a while, but like, make sure that engine, transmission, that AC, that heat.
Man, let me tell you, I gotta take the glasses off so you know I'm serious. When I bought this car we're sitting in, we didn't have a mechanic take us. So I was 16 when I was looking to finance a car. I was 17 when I bought it. We didn't have no mechanic look at it. The transmission shot on my way home. Transmission issues are shifting gears. So when your car is shifting gears, that's your transmission.
Like putting it apart, drive,
exactly.
reverse, neutral.
So that's all your transmission is. I had my transmission while I was driving my brother home go do 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 crash, and the crash was like a doom. The red light turns green. The moment I hit the gas and my car is trying to shift, it goes do 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 doom. Whole thing snapped apart because we didn't even know, and I ended up having to pay $3,700 just to get the whole thing repaired. Make sure you bring in that mechanic with you to come look at that car, or not even a mechanic, just
somebody that knows about cars.
Right. Test drive that whip, bro.
Test
drive that car. I remember I didn't, we took the car straight off the lot, and the first few days I said there was a problem because it couldn't go past 60. So I knew that was the transmission at first. I was 17, I'm in a brand new car I didn't have no before.
You was just excited.
I was just like, oh, my whip maybe just got a little problem. Ding. So what we gave them how to start saving, what kind of car they should get, how to build their credit line, what to look for in the car. I don't want to say it's simple, but like if you really look at it in the grand scheme of things, it really is. You're literally, it's not spending every dollar you have. That's the key to it. If you're not rich yet, and rich can mean a lot of different things for different people. Let's just say
if you're not comfortable
yet, don't be spending every dime you have. I'm gonna give them this last gem before we wrap this up. I used to use this method to prevent myself because I used to have a spending issue with shoes and things of that nature. My first video on this channel, it was a $20,000 sneaker collection with like, I think it was 80% of my shoe collection. I used to trade stocks and take the money, instead of keeping that money from the stocks, I would take the money from the stocks, send it out the account, and go pay for more shoes. That was dumb. If in 2 weeks you don't remember it, you didn't really want it. If you're not gonna think about that item in 2 weeks, or if it's an item you're gonna wear once and like throw away, or wear once and it's gonna sit in your closet and rot, don't buy it. You don't need it. That money could go towards your credit card, your car payment, your savings account, things of that nature, so you can build a better financially stable life for yourself. So I think that's the last message I'm gonna leave y'all with. If you enjoyed this video, if the video helps you in any way, I'm taking the glasses off so you can see my eyes. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe.
Any further questions, reach out to us
in the comments.
I'll put my Instagram
DM
in the comments for y'all.
I guess that's all. So yeah, we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.